Welcome everyone to the What Happens When channel, where everyday questions are answered. Before we get into it, why don't you hit the subscribe, like, and smash the notification bell? Okay, let's do this. In today's interconnected world, the word recession strikes fear into the hearts of millions, conjuring images of economic turmoil and uncertainty. Yet beneath these immediate anxieties lies a fascinating and complex economic phenomenon that fundamentally reshapes our communities, businesses, and daily lives. As we delve into the intricate dynamics of what truly happens when a recession hits, we'll uncover both challenges and unexpected opportunities that emerge during these pivotal economic moments. When economic indicators begin to signal a downturn, the initial impact ripples through our economy like waves in a pond. Traditional economic metrics tell us that a recession officially begins when we experience 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, but the real story goes far deeper than these technical definitions. The effects of a recession manifest in countless ways, transforming both our economic landscape and social fabric in profound and often surprising ways. And as the economic tide begins to recede, we witness a remarkable dichotomy in the business world. While established corporations often retrench and reduce operations, a counterintuitive surge in entrepreneurial activity emerges. Data consistently shows that during recessions, new business formations increase by approximately 20%. Creating a fascinating paradox of crisis and opportunity. This phenomenon challenges our traditional understanding of economic downturns and reveals the resilient, adaptive nature of human enterprise. And the local business ecosystem faces particularly intense pressures during these periods. Small businesses, often considered the backbone of local economies, find themselves navigating treacherous waters. They must compete not only with other local establishments, but increasingly with global corporations that possess substantial resources and economies of scale. This competition intensifies as consumer spending tightens and market share becomes even more precious. Recent economic data reveals that during recessions, consumer behavior undergoes significant shifts. People tend to become more price-conscious, often favoring lower-cost alternatives and essential purchases over discretionary spending. This behavioral change creates both challenges and opportunities for businesses. Local enterprises must innovate to remain competitive, while larger corporations adapt their strategies to capture price-sensitive consumers. The employment landscape transforms dramatically during recessions. While unemployment rates typically spike, creating immediate hardship for many families, this disruption also catalyzes change in the labor market. Workers often acquire new skills, pivot to different industries, or embrace entrepreneurship out of necessity. Historical data shows that some of today's most successful companies were founded during economic downturns, demonstrating how adversity can spark innovation and creative problem-solving. Communities face a critical strategic dilemma during recessions, whether to focus on protecting and nurturing local businesses or to pursue diversification by attracting larger global enterprises. This choice isn't merely economic. It affects social cohesion, community identity, and long-term resilience. The data presents compelling arguments for both approaches, making this decision particularly challenging for local leaders and policymakers. The case for supporting local businesses during recessions is strong. Local enterprises typically retain a higher percentage of revenue within the community, create more local jobs per revenue dollar, and maintain stronger community ties. They often demonstrate greater flexibility in adapting to local needs and circumstances, providing personalized services that larger corporations might overlook. Moreover, strong local business networks can create economic ecosystems that are more resistant to external shocks. However, the argument for diversification through attracting global players also carries significant weight. Larger corporations can bring substantial capital investment, create numerous jobs, and establish supply chain connections that benefit the broader community. They often introduce advanced technologies and practices that can upgrade local business capabilities through knowledge spillover effects. Additionally, their presence can attract complementary businesses and services, creating economic clusters that enhance regional competitiveness. The impact of recessions on innovation presents another fascinating dimension. While overall business investment often declines during downturns, necessity-driven innovation frequently accelerates. Companies must find new ways to operate more efficiently, serve changing customer needs, and maintain competitiveness with fewer resources. This pressure cooker environment has historically produced significant advances in business models, technology adoption, and operational practices. Digital transformation, for instance, often accelerates during recessions. The 2008 financial crisis coincided with the rise of mobile technology and digital platforms, leading to the emergence of new business models that we now take for granted. Similarly, the recent pandemic-induced recession accelerated the adoption of remote work, digital commerce, and automated services, fundamentally changing how many businesses operate. The role of community response during recessions cannot be overstated. Successful communities often develop hybrid approaches that combine support for local businesses with strategic engagement with global enterprises. This might involve creating business improvement districts, establishing local purchasing initiatives, while simultaneously developing infrastructure and workforce training programs that attract larger companies. Financial institutions play a crucial role during recessions, though their behavior often appears contradictory. While they typically tighten lending standards during downturns, making it harder for businesses to access capital, they also become key partners in government stimulus programs and community development initiatives. Understanding and navigating these financial dynamics becomes essential for business survival and growth during recessions. Consumer psychology during recessions presents another layer of complexity. While overall spending typically decreases, certain sectors may experience growth as consumers reallocate their resources. Understanding these shifts becomes crucial for businesses planning their recession strategies. Historical data shows that some industries, such as discount retail, basic healthcare, and essential services, often demonstrate resilience or even growth during economic downturns. The impact of recessions on innovation and technological adoption creates long-lasting effects that extend well beyond the duration of the economic downturn. Companies that successfully navigate recessions often emerge stronger, having developed more efficient operations, stronger customer relationships, and more resilient business models. This process of creative destruction, while painful, can lead to economic renewal and modernization. Policy responses to recessions at local, national, and global levels create complex interactions that influence recovery patterns. Communities that develop comprehensive, well-coordinated responses typically fare better than those that rely on fragmented or purely reactive approaches. This includes developing clear communication channels, establishing support networks for businesses and workers, and maintaining flexibility to adapt as conditions change. The social fabric of communities often undergoes significant stress during recessions, but this can also lead to strengthened community bonds and innovative social solutions. Local support networks, sharing economies, and collaborative business initiatives frequently emerge during these periods, creating new forms of economic and social resilience. The psychological impact of recessions extends beyond immediate economic concerns, affecting consumer confidence, business investment decisions, and community morale. Successfully managing these psychological factors becomes as important as managing financial resources. Communities that maintain optimism while facing challenges realistically often demonstrate greater resilience and faster recovery. Looking ahead, the nature of recessions continues to evolve with our changing economic landscape. Global interconnectedness, technological advancement, and changing consumer behaviors create new challenges and opportunities. Understanding these dynamics becomes increasingly important for developing effective responses to economic downturns. The role of education and workforce development takes on particular significance during recessions. Communities that maintain investment in human capital development, despite financial pressures, often emerge stronger from economic downturns. This includes both formal education and practical skills training that helps workers adapt to changing economic conditions. As we conclude our exploration of what happens when a recession hits, we see that these economic downturns, while challenging, also serve as catalysts for change and innovation. The most successful communities and businesses approach recessions not merely as crises to be endured, but as opportunities for transformation and renewal. The choice between maintaining local character and embracing global integration need not be binary. The most resilient economies often find ways to achieve both objectives. The lessons from past recessions teach us that economic adversity, while painful, often leads to renewed strength and adaptability. As we face future economic challenges, understanding these dynamics becomes increasingly valuable. The communities and businesses that will thrive are those that maintain flexibility, foster innovation, and build strong networks while remaining true to their core values and objectives. Thanks for watching.